Hello?
Rachel, Education Today is coming on.
No way.
Yes, I gotta go so I can watch.
Okay,
See ya.
bye. Hey everybody! Education Today
starts now!
Welcome to Education Today. I'm John Zish from the Armstrong School District. Have you heard of the ArmTech Showcase? The 10th annual ArmTech Showcase of Industry and Technology was held in August at the Armstrong County's Belmont Complex in Katanning. Nearly 100 companies displayed their exhibits, representing leaders in the fields of electro-optics, advanced manufacturing, medical research, aerospace, and defense contracting. But as we'll find out tonight, there is an important student-oriented aspect of ArmTech that is beginning to emerge. For the first time in ArmTech history, a student forum convened, drawing 33 students from 8 high schools in Armstrong County. They spent the day visiting exhibitors of the ArmTech Showcase to learn more about the careers in industry and technology and the educational pathways to these careers. In addition, 8 companies sent mentors to guide the students along. That's what we're going to focus in on tonight in the episode, and we have several outstanding guests to talk with us about this. Welcome to Education Today.
Thank you.
Would you please introduce yourselves and tell us about your roles with the ArmTech Showcase and the Student Forum?
Hi, I'm Allison Lambert. I'm a senior at Apollo Ridge, and I am part of the ArmTech Student Forum.
Hi, I'm Megan Martin. I am also a senior at Apollo Ridge, and I was a student representative at the Student Forum.
Very good.
Hi, I'm Carrie Neal. I'm a senior at Katanning High School, and I was a student representative at the forum.
Well, thank you all for being here. I know there were 33 students who attended, and we couldn't get them all here during the school day to tape the show because of academic responsibilities, but I certainly appreciate your efforts to be here to talk about this important initiative. So thank you very much. My first question is just, would you please give an overview about the Student Forum at ArmTech? Do you know how it came together, what its goal was? All of you can speak about this if you want.
Basically, businesses, students, and teachers came together to discuss the futures that students can have without traveling very far, like businesses in the area that were available to us.
The main goal was to help prepare and educate young adults about their futures.
Okay. Anyone else have anything to add about that?
Oh, and it was like all revolved around us. Like it was our views and what we thought about and like how we thought we could keep jobs in Armstrong County.
So your voice was valued.
Yes.
I appreciate that. That's good to hear. Well, so it happened in August. It was a big day for students, 33 students, ArmTech, big industries were there. Can you just sort of add your recollections about, walk us through the day, take us through what happens at each point of the day, what was significant, just as you remember it?
Well, first we got there and they served us breakfast. There's actually a breakfast buffet. And then after that, there were some brief introductions of some important people that were there. And then they took us outside to get a big photograph of all the students and everyone involved.
We got to meet Congressman Murtha.
Big organizer of the event,
yes.
right?
And he spoke in front of us, and there was a lot of people there to watch him.
Wow.
It was an honor.
That's pretty good.
After we did a lot of introductions and learned about the forum, we were taken to the arena, and that's where the showcase was. And this showcase had about 100 businesses set up. It was pretty impressive. We had our own mentor too, and it was a representative of one of the companies that was at the showcase, and they toured us around, and we wrote down our thoughts after the businesses spoke to us. It was really nice.
So there was a mentor. Did you have a mentor and you had a different mentor and you had a different mentor, or did you share mentors?
Her and I had the same mentor, and
okay.
there was a different mentor per school.
Who were your mentors?
Ours was from Dielectric Solutions.
Okay.
And mine was from the Electric Optics Center at Penn State.
Okay. And what were the roles of the mentors?
Basically, they took us around the entire showcase and because they are more experienced in like the real world, they could help us answer our questions because we really don't know anything about that, so they helped us.
Sure. So, what was the major part of the day?
Going around to all the businesses, they gave us a packet of papers. It was like a little scavenger hunt, and we had to ask the people there some questions about their business and like what they do, what majors you needed in college to get into their business, stuff like that.
How much time do you think was spent on this tour, the tour of the exhibit hall?
We had as much time as we needed. They set us up lunch so we could go at our own pace and eat whenever we wanted to. And then after we were finished, we could have a group discussion with our mentor. So it was a pretty nice setup.
And I'm just picturing you walking through all the exhibits. There were almost 100 there, or something like
There were
that.
a lot.
Probably giving out lots of free stuff,
Yep.
little
Yeah.
erasers and things like that. Were there any exhibitors that caught your eye, and why?
The Penn State electro-optics caught my eye because there was a guy there that actually had a robot with him, and he showed us some things that the robot could do, and basically what they did at the center with the robots. It was interesting. It's different.
That's good. Others?
Yeah, there was a representative from St. Francis, and they had a light that if you put it on like a wound on the skin, it would automatically heal the wound on the skin. It was really, really interesting.
So I'm guessing is that St. Francis Hospital, maybe? Or
Yes.
Oh, wow. That sounds... Did they display it or demonstrate?
There was a video on it, but they didn't have the robot that actually did the healing.
Wow. Any other thoughts about exhibitors that were eye-catching?
Each business had like an excellent exhibit set up. There was just so many things. They had handouts and business cards. You could get so much information. And the whole day I learned about the business aspect of everything. And I had no idea about that before I went. So it was really interesting.
A very big learning curve there, huh? Well, let's see. What were you that's a good question, or that's a good thing to mention for our next question, because I wanted to know what each of you were anticipating before the student forum, and then what maybe you learned coming out of the forum. How did those two kind of contrast?
Actually, Allison and I had no idea what to expect going into this. We just knew that we were going to the Belmont Complex for some kind of meeting with the student forum. That's all we knew about.
We didn't even know what to tell our teachers.
They're like, where are you guys going? We're like, we don't know.
It was the same. I didn't know there was going to be booths set up for everyone to see the different companies. I walked in and there was a tank in the parking lot. Yes, and I was like, what's going on here?
That's funny. Then how did you become involved in the first place, each of you?
6 students from Apollo Ridge were chosen from a teacher named Mr. Lizick. He was actually in charge of everything with our school for this.
Oh, okay.
And he randomly chose us, I guess. I've been his student for 4 years, so I think that's why he chose me, because I've worked closely with him before.
Okay.
Yeah, there were several students from Katanning, and they were handpicked by the principal and counselor, and it was based on our grades and if we could be sociable at the conference.
Student leaders.
Yes.
That's what you all are. That's right. Well, so it was a hot mid-August day. You could have been at the pool. Why was it maybe worthwhile to spend a day doing something different like this?
I think because, like I said, we had no idea what to expect, so it was a good learning experience for us, and I don't know, I guess I like to learn, so.
Yeah.
Also, from the first meeting we were at, we learned so much that we just wanted to learn more. We didn't want to just quit.
Yeah.
And we're able to take the information we learn and bring it back to our school and share it with other students, because it is a very important topic that we don't get on an everyday basis.
Right. The future, careers, what's available locally. Do you have any thoughts along those lines?
Oh yes, it is very, very important, I feel, because to keep jobs in Armstrong County, to keep the population up and keep the people who already live here around, and there was a lot of knowledge there for us young adults to learn, and it was very nice.
That's good. This is something that you may have been asked immediately after the forum, but what did you take away from the day? What did you learn? It is important to learn. We've talked about that, but is there one sort of takeaway that you had that you didn't know beforehand?
We learned that to be successful, you don't have to go far. You can stay in the area. You can go to college and then live where you are, like stay in Apollo or Katanning and get a really good job living here.
How did you discover that?
All the businesses there were from the area. There were so many, like I remember there was some from Katanning, some from Monroeville, places that aren't far away at all.
Sure. Any other takeaways?
Well, like in general, I learned there were so many companies around the county, and I was surprised how many of the companies had defense contracts. It was very neat.
A lot of it thanks to Congressman Murtha for bringing, he's a high-ranking member of the House Appropriations Committee, so he steers a lot of good things to our district, for sure. Did you have any thoughts on that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I think that by educating the students, we're able to finish high school, go to a school, and then be able to enrich our area with the knowledge we have and bring good things to the area.
That's good. A lot of promotional materials that we see nowadays talk about educational pathways that lead to certain careers. Would you please discuss your understanding of what that means, educational pathways, and how that's important?
Well, I know in Armstrong County we just have a course description book. They just made it last year, and it like helps the students forecast like what classes they need to take if they want to go for a certain job, like, and it has like different pathways. I believe it has 4 of them, and so the students, before they even reach high school, they'll know what classes they can take every single year, and it will help them to gain the knowledge they need to go on to college.
Right, the new course descriptions book for high school students. That is a good thing, the way they organized it in clusters of career pathways. That's true. Did you have any thoughts on career pathways?
I believe that today's students are tomorrow's workforce. And in the classroom, we might not learn everything that we need to know for the workforce, but these meetings help us learn hands-on what to expect. And I know it helped me a lot because I had no idea what it was going to be like after high school.
Well said. Let's see if I have some more questions. I understand another student forum is being planned for next year, in 2009. What suggestions for the future might you put forward to make it even more successful?
I know they asked us this question at the end of the forum, and a lot of us had the same answer: to get more diverse businesses to come into the forum, because a lot of the businesses were just engineering businesses, or something that had to do with the military. And like for someone like me, or I don't know about any of you guys, but I don't plan on being an engineer, so
Yeah.
it helped because like now I know that if what I want to do doesn't work out, there's always other things in the area if I don't want to go far. So
that is a good suggestion. Others?
I basically agreed with Megan because we discussed this together in our group. So
Very good.
yeah.
Did you have anything to add about
Oh,
that?
well, I totally agree with her because I want to pursue a nursing career, and engineering just, well, it was interesting, like the biomedical engineering, but it wasn't something that I wanted to go to school for.
Yeah, those are good suggestions. Have a more diverse array of companies there, if possible. On that topic, you're interested in nursing. What are you two interested in pursuing after high school?
I am starting off at Robert Morris University. I'm going to major in biology, and then after 2 years, I plan on transferring to West Virginia University to major in zoology.
You like zoos and things like that?
Yeah,
or-
I love animals.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
How about you?
I want to attend the University of Pittsburgh for 4 years to have a major in film and a minor in theater.
Oh, that's interesting. Very good. Well, do any of you have anything else to add for the benefit of our viewers?
I would just like to thank everyone who put this together because I got a lot out of the experience, and I know that I'll be able to give advice on students at my school to jobs in the area.
Very good. Anyone else?
I believe this forum will help out with the young adults who are in school, and they will go on to college and hopefully stay in Armstrong County to keep these companies alive.
I think that when you start an organization, you never know if it's going to work out, but this is one that definitely worked out and that should continue to work.
Very good. Well, I'd like to thank you all for being on the program.
Thank you.
Appreciate you taking time out of
Thank
the
you.
school day to be here and share this important message. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back with Armstrong School District's Education Today.
Before I came to IUP, I had no idea what college would be like or what role I would play or where I'd be in the future. But when I came to IUP, everything changed. I met people who really made me feel like I belonged. I had great classes at a great nationally ranked university. Hi, my name is Megan Miller. I'm a fine arts major, and this is my university.
Welcome back to Armstrong School District's Education Today. Tonight we're talking about the ArmTech Showcase held each August in Armstrong County. And we have two more outstanding guests to give the big picture view of what this meant for students and the community. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Thank
Would you please introduce yourselves and tell us your role about how you helped out at the ArmTech Showcase and the Student Forum?
I'm Corinne Linkus, guidance counselor at Katanning Senior High School. I escorted my students to the event, but was very glad to be there to get it from the education perspective and to understand what the different companies were offering and had to say, so I can disseminate back to even more students.
Wow, thank you very much.
And I'm Jim Pish. I'm the Director of Administration at Dielectric Solutions here in Katanning. And my role was a student mentor. And as a student mentor, I basically served as a guide for the students to take them around the different exhibits and to help them and prompt them along with different questions to ask.
Very good. Well, thank you both for being here. Jim, I'd like to ask you a little bit about Dielectric Solutions for a minute, just so our viewers can understand. Tell us about Dielectric Solutions, what you are, what you aren't, and where your products might end up.
Oh, sure. That's a great question. Dielectric Solutions, we're located right here in Katanning at the end of Orr Avenue, not far from the high school. And we do employ many local people right from Katanning, which is really great. As far as what we make, we form fiberglass fibers and we weave them into fabric. And that fabric is then sent on to our customers who do various things with it, like they coat it or laminate it, and then they send it to a customer who will put it into a printed circuit board. It's used in microwave technology, could be used in flexible ductwork, could be used in electrical tape or mica tape, like the electrical wiring that comes into your home from the main power source. That could be our fabric inside there.
Fascinating overview.
We're not fiber optics. We don't make printed circuit boards. A lot of people will come in and say, oh, you make circuit boards here, or you're in fiber optics. We form the glass and we weave the fabric and then we send it out.
Thank you. We're fortunate to have you here, not only on the program, but just to have the company here locally.
It's great to be
Appreciate
here.
that. Yeah. We're now ready to talk about the ArmTech Forum and the Student Forum specifically. Would you please just kind of weigh in on what the value of the Student Forum was, or the ArmTech Showcase was in general, and how it fits into the bigger picture of economic development here?
Sure. I thought the showcase was really valuable because it brings together business, education, government, students, parents, and really those are the components that I think make for a strong community base for economic development.
How about you, Corinne? What were your thoughts on the overall value of it?
I thought it was very valuable, mostly from talking to my students that attended. We had 6 students from Katanning that were there, and I always like to gauge their reaction once we leave the building. Okay, what did you really think? Because, you know, they always get asked, and they may say what you want to hear, but I want to know, what did you really think? And they really gave me positive feedback. They really enjoyed it. They really learned a lot. They really appreciated the different knowledge, the different technologies that they got to see and experience. And for some of them, it was brand new. Some things they'd never heard of, some things they'd never seen. For me, it was things that were brand new. So there was a lot of value in opening our eyes to some new things, new businesses, new industries, technologies. Just, I think the value is endless, and I would just love to see it grow and continue to keep students involved.
Excellent. Very well said. Well, the next question is about just the roles the mentors played in the Student Forum. Can you tell me, your recollections of the day and what you did with the students.
Sure, it was really a rather simple role to play as a student mentor. I met the students, we went out to the exhibit hall, and they each had a list of questions that they could go to various companies and ask these questions. And sometimes maybe they were a little bit unsure about exactly what to ask, so I just was there to help facilitate asking some questions or to ask some other specific questions that might be suitable to the career paths that I had discussed with the students prior to. So it really was just being sensitive to the moment and seeing what was appropriate.
Your role was a facilitator.
Exactly.
Can you generalize about any questions that came up frequently that the students were interested in as they toured the exhibit hall?
Well, I think the questions were, how do my interests work in your organization? And that's what they would ask the various companies. We had students with various interests. They weren't all engineering, they weren't all technology, but businesses employ more than just engineers and technologists. There's a vast array of skill sets and jobs that various companies need. And hey, when somebody goes through college and they come out, sometimes they change their major 2-3 times in school, then they end up working in a field that's completely unrelated to anything that they even majored in school. So that's one point that I wanted to get across to them was, it's good that you have your mind made up, but keep your mind open because things change, things will change with you, and things will change with businesses. Different businesses will rise, others will, that we thought would be around forever, are no longer with us. So we really have to, and one thing I emphasized was for them to really keep their minds open and just to be flexible.
Very good. Now, Jim, I understand that 8 companies sent mentors, not just Dielectric Solutions, but you were an outstanding company. You had, on that team of 8 mentor companies, there were Boeing. There was companies like Boeing, DRS, Infrared, Omnitech Partners, Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Martin. These are big names. Oberg Industries, the Penn State Electro-Optics Center. What made it a worthwhile investment for Dielectric Solutions to be a part of it?
Well, first of all, we're part of the community, and we think that it is very important for us to participate in activities that the community sponsors. Now, as far as showcasing our product, people would look at it and they would see the marbles here that we melt, and they would see the fabric, and a lot of them didn't make the connection per se. And we realized that we're more for somebody who needs to purchase that fabric for their applications. But we were there as, you know, we're part of the community, we want to be there, we want to make connections with other businesses in the area, and just to be, you know, participative.
Very nice. Well, I asked the students this earlier, but we talked a little bit about educational pathways, career and education pathways, which are pathways leading to certain careers. I would like your perspectives on that. Why is that important for students to think about?
Well, in the Armstrong School District this past year, we created a new course description book that has 4 career pathways. And we've utilized this in scheduling with the students, and the 2008-2009 school year is the first we've been able to really use and implement the new course description book. We encourage the students to take a look at the different fields, and we ask them questions. Do you like? Do you enjoy? Are you good at these things? And if you are, perhaps this is a career cluster that would be good for you. And from there, we have recommendations on classes that you may want to take. So what that does is provide students with a pathway to getting from point A to point B. From 9th grade, hey, I might want to be a nurse, to by my senior year, I've taken chemistry, I'm into advanced sciences, and I am well prepared and a very valuable candidate for college. So it's important to start those pathways early, and perhaps too it's for students who may realize this isn't what I want to do. Maybe they can look ahead at the pathway and forecast a little bit, and well, these classes really aren't for me, so maybe something else is. So it's a bit of trial and error, but it gives them the chance to look ahead a little bit before they invest too much time into something they may not want to do. So I see a lot of value in career pathways.
Definitely.
And I totally agree with what she's saying. Every student isn't meant for college and probably shouldn't go if it's not appropriate for them. So I think the career pathways helps identify what they're best suited for. And there are many organizations in this region that need students and workers who are not necessarily the college-bound people. And of course, you want the people who are, you know, headed for college, sure. absolutely, you need to go there and make the most of that. It's not for everyone. So there are opportunities for really both sectors.
You know, it's interesting that we have both of you on the program at the same time, because I understand you both serve on the Armstrong County Forum for Workforce Excellence, which has similar goals or similar issues as the ARMTech Showcase. Can you both talk about that, your shared work on that committee?
Well, with the Committee for Workforce Excellence, it's, as Mr. Pish said earlier, it's educators, it's business people, it's government that come together to collaborate on what can we do to promote workforce development in Armstrong County. What kind of events, such as the ARMTech Forum or the Workforce Development Forums that have been held at Lenape-Votech the last 2 years. It's nice to get the different perspectives. We've broke down into different subcommittees of the committee now. Some include job shadowing and mentoring, student forums, marketing. So it's really trying to get the word out to the students, to the community, that there are efforts being made to try to help you be as successful as you can and promote what we have within Armstrong County.
There's training here. There are sometimes free training, sometimes at very low cost. So if somebody lacks the skill base that they need, there's resources available for them to close that gap.
Very good. And is there anything else you would like to add for the benefit of viewers? We're almost out of time, but I thought I'd give you one more.
I was very pleased with the ARMTech Forum, and I'm excited to see it grow. And Mr. Pish and I talked, and we'd like to even maybe see a career fair come out of it, and see maybe some post-secondary schools get involved, some technical schools or the 2-year trade schools that are very important to some of these companies. So we're excited to see it grow and expand, and hope to be a part of that.
Thank you. And of course, we want to congratulate Corinne on her recent marriage to Jonathan Lenkus, our supervisor. That's right.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. We'll have to see some wedding photos soon. Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank all our guests, both the students and the adults who have just joined us, for giving of their busy schedules to promote this important message. Our thanks also go out to the TV production students of Fort City Junior Senior High School, led by their teacher, Mrs. Barbara Keller. They were our film crew today. Please join us again next week for another look at the Armstrong School District, and visit our website for updated information about the district. Have a great week.